All right, guys. I'm testing out the sunglasses, which it looks fine. I can't really tell. Good morning. I'm back at the same place that I've been walking. I think tomorrow I'll try a new trail. I kind of want to get boots before I go on other trails. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. The sky looks fine. Okay. I think that's actually fine. So I have some tragic news. I definitely fucked up by not putting sunglasses on the footage. Because I thought, it won't be a big deal because we're in the forest, so there's a lot of shade. No, wrong. The sky just looks like white, like flashing white. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So now I have to figure out how to fix that post, which is way harder than just doing it right the first time. Now I'm hoping this is this lens cover that I'm using, or the sunglass cover. I'm just calling them sunglasses. The sunglasses for this specific one. Oh, it's okay, little guy. I don't know what you were, but you're fine. The sunglasses. This is a 16. Oh no, it's 8. ND8. Which is the least. It's like I'm not too sure what ND8's the standard for that is, but basically it will protect the lens from overexposure, but it's the least tinted, if that makes sense. You know how you have the different tints on the glasses? You can have sunglasses that are really, really tinted because maybe you have fuckloads of sun. So, and I'm also carrying different lenses. I think, like, this looks fine from the little fucking screen that I got, that I have to look from. I didn't notice anything wrong the last time I filmed, but I now understand that the camera takes time to adjust when you put sunglasses on, and I didn't know that. So when I put the glasses on last time, it looked like it was going to be super dark, and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't do the sunglasses. It's too dark. Anyway, enough about that. I will figure it out somehow. Also, I'm gonna have to I think I fucked something up in post too, because the 4K videos of me walking around, it's just all fucking laggy and scratchy and fucked. And I was like, is that me? And then I checked the base footage, which, by the way, I'm so glad I didn't delete the base footage. I would be, well, I still have it on my camera, but that would have been annoying. But yeah, base footage is fine, just overexposed on the sky. I almost tripped. I gotta pay attention to where I'm walking. Anyway. Man, there's a lot of you. I had 10 people watch yesterday's video, and 8 people watch today's video. So I was like, oh wow. There's way more of you than I initially thought. I thought that there was only like 1 or 2 people still watching. But hey, you know, that's great. Also got a new subscriber, I think. So that's cool. Thanks. I actually don't remember the person's name, but regardless, thank you. Well, I don't want to walk the whole way talking about camera problems. I also hope that this lens is enough. I'll have to really pay attention. Maybe I'll edit this video today as well, because I still have to go back and edit the other videos. Anything that's not me walking with the GoPro is fine. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to edit it properly, I guess. Sorry, I'm just looking. The sky looks kind of white, but I think it's fine. And hey, if worse comes to worse and it's still overexposed with this lens, I can, well, okay, aside from putting the camera to autofocus or auto shutter speed, you know, I can put a better lens on it, or a thicker or whatever, higher lens. But anyway, so yeah. So why do I keep doing this specific trail? I talked about it yesterday a little bit, but the plan is to get myself comfortable, and then I want to get the boots and maybe a small little pack I can put on my back for just some water and I don't know, maybe some extra like medical equipment or something, just in case. Because once I started doing other trails, I'm not going to be super familiar, so I'm going to want to make sure that I have supplies just in case. But because I know this trail pretty well, I don't feel as weird about not having extra stuff. Although I will say, it is still pretty stupid of me to not have any other supplies. But, I don't know. There isn't really too much going on here. I think I need to blow my nose. Yeah. Trying to find a spot. I can put you guys down. Okay. This looks good, TM. Okay. Alright, I'm back. I think I'm gonna carry you guys on my right hand today, because I got my left hand got a really good workout yesterday, and I need to make sure to keep switching so I'm not favoring one side. But anyway, so I woke up and I listened to a couple songs and then basically just came out here. I thought about, I was like, oh, I could take a shower now. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna get really sweaty. So why not just take a shower after? So I think that's the plan, is I'm gonna take a shower when I get home. But yeah. I've been sleeping on my left side a lot more, and my left hand and arm has been getting numb as I sleep. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to change that. I really just need to figure out how to sleep on my back. That's the real solution. But what the fuck? Okay. Okay. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go all the way up that hill. I stopped midway, or I got to a stopping point at like 45 minutes. I'm thinking I kind of want to stretch it to be just shy of 2 hours. I'm thinking I swap batteries at the 1 hour mark and I turn around. That's kind of the plan today. Can't believe these batteries only last an hour. It was just crazy. But technically an hour and 10 minutes. But I guess that's what you get when you are dealing with better camera equipment, I guess. Because my phone could last fucking forever. So I'm gonna need to, if I want to actually... Oh, there's berry bushes there. That's good to know. If I want to actually... what's it called? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. I'm kind of scatterbrained today. Oh, right. If I want to do like 3-4 hour hikes, I'm gonna need 3 or 4 batteries. So yeah, I'm thinking what I'll do, I'm gonna have to buy a couple new batteries, or see if there's like a just better, more high power battery that I can get for this camera. I don't know. Oh, hi. Hi there, little squirrely. Let me try to see if... Can you get the... Did you get the squirrel? Hi. Yeah, you're okay, you little guys. They're just... That's so funny. They're just doing their little thing. It's like they're yelling at each other. It's very funny. You just hear them from so far. Anyway, so I think there's someone coming. Anyway, I don't know. Oh yeah, there is someone coming. Here, I'll pull over to the side once they... Oh, they're heading over to a different area. They're going on a different trail, which is fine. So the camera being super dark here, that's what I was worried about. But I don't know what that actually looks like. I can see that it got darker, but I don't know if it just suddenly is like, you can't see me anymore. But that was what I was worried about with this lens. But, you know, like, I think it's the camera adjusting. There's this whole thing on cameras that I just don't really know or understand. I feel blind. And I tried to learn a little bit about it, but it's like, the problem is, it's like, I don't care too much about all the nitty gritty on cameras, but I'm beginning to realize I'm going to need to know some basic stuff if I want to make sure that my shots are good. So maybe I'll look up a few YouTube videos and do like basics of cameras, or maybe know the GoPro specifically. I don't know. Because I want to make sure that, like, okay, obviously my videos are not the most professional videos when it comes to, like, you know, all that stuff. But I want to give you guys a good experience. And I don't, you know, the phone obviously is the phone and it's doable, but this is going to be a way better experience to watch once I dial in and figure out all the specifics. I saw something glint over here. I was kind of wondering what it was. Huh, okay, well, whatever. But yeah, okay, so I've just been fucking dicking around, not really talking about much of anything, which is fine, but okay, so I've been thinking about the channel as a whole, and kind of want to work through what exactly well, oh, there's a woodpecker. I want to work through and figure out, what is that? There's like a buzzing. It's so interesting. They sound like bees, but not. Okay. So I want to work through what videos would actually be worth making as side content. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is maybe some sort of guided meditation or guided instruction to kind of walk you through figuring out some things about yourself. Now, I've never done anything like that, and I don't know how good it's gonna look or sound. To be fair, if you're doing guided meditation, it's not about the look. It's about what it sounds like. So I'm gonna have to really think about that. But that's the first kind of, I guess that would be low-hanging fruit, because that feels like something that would be helpful. And I don't think that would take too long to really figure out how to do it. So maybe some guided meditations. The second one is, I'm thinking I talk about in one of the very first videos I make, like day 1 or day 2 or whatever, I talk about making all sorts of content, like almost like school content. And honestly, at this point, I don't even remember if I even followed through on making that content. I don't even know if I posted the day one video for that. The mind, body, and soul class. But knowing what I know now, here, let me walk off to the side. Hi, how's it going? Good, how are you? Oh, pretty good. It's a nice day out.
Yeah, when you get to the top, you can see Mount Rainier so clear.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. I'm gonna have to get up there and show you guys then. That'll be interesting. That guy seemed really nice. It's like, you can just tell sometimes when you interact with someone, or at least I can. You can just kind of tell immediately how what's the word? There's like something about people where there's, I don't know, I talk about like aura stuff, but like I can feel this aura that people exude, and I can immediately just tell kind of a little bit more about them. And yeah, that guy was just really nice. He had a nice aura. So And it's like I don't like see the auras. Like some people can see them. I just feel them, and I can immediately tell like what I'm supposed to be doing with these people, whoever it is, or at least the initial impression. You know, I don't even have to see the person to know what the vibe is. But anyway, that kind of leads me to another thing. So there's the school video stuff that I was talking about, where doing more class-esque work. But it's like, it's hard to know what would be worth doing and what wouldn't, because I'm kind of unsure if anyone would even want a more instructional video, because currently, like, I can tell kind of the difference I've had over the past few months, and I think maybe you can tell through the videos. I don't know, but assuming you can, I feel like some very basic stuff to get people started on a journey that's similar to mine. And what I mean by similar is not in the same way, but similar in that you are going through the process of doing the inner work and discovering yourself. Now, I did some inner work videos that I think are really important. You know, the shadow work stuff. All of that, like, that really kind of does give you a baseline that I use to kind of figure stuff out. But it doesn't really... It's bridge time. I think I'm going to blow my nose on the bridge. Also, my right hand is starting to get tired. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. Perfect. All right, that second nose blow was not needed, but I just wanted to hear how echoey I could make my nose blowing. Okay, so well, that guy, I just realized that guy mentioned getting to the top, you get to see mountains. I'm like, oh, so maybe that trek up is something important. Like, I may have almost been there last time and I turned around. To be fair, I you know, if it's an hour and I still don't see any sign of getting to this top that this person was talking about, then I'm not going to continue. But that'd be cool to see some mountains, good views. Anyway, so school stuff and guided videos and all of that stuff. The main focus on any of that is to make sure that I have kind of carved a path to start people's journeys. If they have no idea where to start, with really, and again, this is kind of a process that's going to be never ending for me and for everyone else. We're never our final product, because there is no final product. There's just who you are in the moment and who you want to become in the future. And the who you want to become in the future can really look like anything, because you can be whoever you want to be. Like in the truest sense. Like, you don't have to... Hey, little guy. Hi. Oh, it's okay. But anyway, you don't have to be stuck. Wherever you are in life, that's... If you box yourself in to a specific box, that's where you kind of become stuck, because you have in fact put yourself in a box, and it is a box of your own making. And so I think kind of having a simple process that allows for people to, okay, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck at this point in my life and I want to change, but I don't know how to change. And shadow work sounds scary, so I don't know where to start. So that's where I think guided meditation plus some basic like steps, maybe I'll call it, instead of so I have my journey and then I could do a your journey. That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, if I did like a your journey of some kind, I think that would be that'd be cool, because then you just kind of tune into each episode. Now the your journey I'm not going to do every day, obviously. That'd be a bit crazy. I'm okay doing my journey every day because, at least for now, I don't know if it's going to change anytime soon, but I'm okay with doing that because it's become a part of my daily routine. It's almost like I'm doing an open diary where I talk about things, talk about what I'm thinking and feeling, my goals, aspirations, all of that. So I'm being pretty intimate when it comes to all the details I give out in these. And that's fine, I'm okay with that. It's kind of, I want this to kind of feel like it's just two friends walking along, doing whatever, chatting. So, whew, that was a big hill. Let me take a second to go catch my breath. That is one thing. Talking while climbing up big hills, it's pretty tough right now. Gotten pretty good at talking on solid ground when I'm walking, but hills are kind of tough sometimes. I'm gonna blow my nose. I'm putting you guys down right here. There we go. Hi, little squirrel. Hey, little guy. Okay. I just want to point something out. And I've noticed this. I don't know if you guys have noticed this at all. But the animals always get so close to me without really being too afraid. Even birds. Birds are pretty flighty, but you know, birds, squirrels, that kind of thing, they only 37 minutes, not bad. They just, I don't know. They know that I'm not a threat, I think. So, it's kind of nice. But anyway. Maybe someday I'll get another camera and take really cool nature shots of squirrels and birds and stuff. Because, I mean, this is obviously fine, but hi, it's okay. But yeah, birds and whatnot, walking through. Okay, I kind of suspect either that hiker went a really long way, or I went, because there's that the crossroads. I don't know if that crossroads goes to anywhere. And like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, this is where I stopped last time. So I can go that way, or I can go this way. I'm thinking I'm gonna go this way, because it's headed up and around more. That one goes to the left. Well, no, I'm gonna go this way. That was my first instinct, so I'm gonna go this way. I gotta remember back there, I take a left, not a right. Okay, so I think I have to blow my nose again. Balance. Haha! I have achieved balance. All right. So, yeah. So I'm thinking, having some your journey content might be nice. And that way it doesn't feel too much. So some of those initial videos, I was like, yes, I should be proper and become a teacher. And I'm like, no. I don't need to do anything crazy. Some people are coming. I don't know how far away they are, though. Oh yeah, they're close. There's a lot of them, I think. Okay, well, there's another signboard. So I'm gonna look to see what we got going on here. Okay. Ridge Trail. Do I wanna? Do I wanna? I mean, it's 43. I guess I'll go this way, and then we'll see what happens from there. How's it going? Oh, pretty good. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. We got a big water bottle. Sure.
Can you say hi?
Hi. Have a good walk. Okay. All right. Well, I feel wholly underprepared seeing so many people with backpacks. I realize that a lot of these trails, I'm literally doing like 2 miles round trip. So I probably should have like a water bottle and supplies, but I'm just kind of yellowing it. So, yeah. Anyway, I will turn around and like, oh my gosh. I will turn around and then I see a giant ass hill. Fuck it, let's go. Oh fuck. This is longer than I'm gonna focus for a second. Holy fuck. Just keeps going. Talk about a fucking workout. Yeah, no. I'm not going any further. Look at the fucking... It just keeps going. I don't want to tire myself out. I also wasn't planning on doing any major elevation stuff. I've already come pretty high relative to where I started. Whew. I mean, look at this hill. It's like it just fucking keeps going. And look, you can see, and I'm at the midpoint, maybe, of the hill. I don't know. This is a goal, though. I can definitely do this, but I need to be like a little more prepared. Like, look at this. It's like fuck me. And I gotta blow my nose. There's nothing to put it on. Slow and steady. Alright, I'm gonna put you guys here. Found a nice log. There we go. All right. Whew. Fuck, that made me sweat so much. Yeah, hill climbing is tough. Like, okay, look. Like, the hill just keeps going. Like, I was like, damn. Like, my legs are starting to burn. What's going on? It's just so... I just kept going up a hill. Alright, well, I mean, it's good to know that, it's good to know that this is here. And that all the baby trail stuff that I've been doing before, I say baby trail, it's a good trail. But it goes way further. So I'm thinking, backpack, water bottle, all of that fun jazz. I probably was pretty close, if I had to guess, but my legs are already feeling jelly, so I kind of don't want to just fucking die. Echo. Okay, yeah, it's 0.18 miles. Yeah, so that's pretty close. That's probably another like 5 or 10 minutes away. Okay. Yeah, I went this way. But yeah, I also kind of want better footwear. Like this footwear's fine, but having a solid pair of boots would go a long way, I think. Anyway, so back on topic. Well, now that I've climbed so far, I get to go downhill for a long time, so that's big. I was just thinking about that family. I'm like, it's actually so cute to have like a family little hiking trip with the kids in the backpack, and man, the adults on that hiking trip, holy crap, they are so strong. To be able to have kids on their back for so long. It was pretty cool though. I think that would be, you know, if I ever have kids, that'd be cool to do that. Have the physical capability to do that. And yeah, that'd be really cool. But anyway, so yeah, I think like a Your Journey series would be great, because then we do the fundamentals. I'll have to really think about what the fundamentals for something like that would be. Like if I had never done any of the stuff that I've gone through, what would be the first thing that I would do? Left. Okay. My gut initially would be I think I would still go the mental route, but I think I would mix in a little bit more physical from the get-go. Oh, wow. Cute little bird. Oh, the bird was pecking at this, this dead leaf. Anyway. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm just feeling my calves and thighs. My thighs aren't as bad, but my calves are like, what have you just done to me? They are really, I'm gonna need to stretch them when I get back. But, yeah, so mental, the mental that I would probably start with. And so I guess this is for anyone who wants to maybe start on their journey, but doesn't actually have a starting point before I make the videos. I would say my outline would look something like this. Number one, I first need to assess who and what I actually am at the moment. So I'd probably sit down and I'd either write down or I'd list off, depending on, you know, how you best kind of do this. I would try and figure out what I know about myself from the get-go. So, like, an example, if I knew nothing about myself other than the fact that, okay, I have a job, maybe I work at Walmart, okay? I'll say I work at Walmart, I live in a small apartment, and I like to play video games, okay? Maybe that's where I start. Or it could be, you know, I'm a CEO of a company and I like to play golf with a few of my other CEO buddy friends, and I have a wife and kids, but I feel lost, okay? So it's like, you see what I'm saying here? You just kind of, you start listing off, like, what it is that you know about yourself first. And I would encourage you to write everything, including things that you might find negative about yourself. And if you want to be extra cool, you could do a positives and negatives you find about yourself. And for every one negative, write one positive. And if you can't figure out a positive for the negative you wrote down, stop until you can. And it can be anything, right? It can be something really simple, like maybe the positive is I brush my teeth every day. And you feel like that's a really good trait about you, because that means you're taking care of your teeth and it's great and yada, yada, yada. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. You do this and that's it. That's all. You work on that for like maybe a week, where you just have a notebook on the side while you're working or while you're playing video games or whatever it is. And every time something comes to you, you write it down. And you just keep doing it. And you really, so the key here is not only are you doing it consciously, but your subconscious is working on the processes as well. That's why you give yourself time. So maybe you spend a whole week doing this, and you just keep the notebook near you, and whenever something pops into your head, it doesn't matter if it's a positive or a negative thing, or if it's something neutral, or if it's something you don't even think is a big deal, write it down. So that's how I would probably start, because you need to have a baseline. So the reason I say this is you need to have a baseline. What does this baseline look like? The baseline is a way for you to start figuring out what you do and don't know about yourself and where you're at in your life. That's the baseline. Let me blow my nose real quick. It's a good spot for this. There we go. I think I'm also going to change the battery out. I kind of realized as I was blowing my nose, I could just change the battery out now. So because I'm at an hour, and it'll take me, you know, I might not have a better spot to change my battery. So I'm gonna pause, and I'll be back in a couple seconds. Bye. Hello, I'm back. The battery was really warm. I don't know if that's normal. I guess it wasn't like overheating, but you know. Anyway, so as I was saying, that's your baseline. So and the reason a baseline is so important is because without a baseline measurement of where you're at, you can't figure out the path that you need to take to get to where you want to be. And you also don't even know what you even want. So you figure out, you write down like who you are, what you do, and then you also should probably write out things about you that maybe you wish could change. You could write that. And expanding this list, you also can write down your desires. What do you have as a desire? It doesn't matter if it's a physical thing or a non-physical thing. Whatever it is, write it down, okay? And the reason I say this is because this will also tell me if I'm looking at this list, which again, obviously this is just for you. But if I'm looking at this list, what your desires are will tell me a lot. Oh man, did I fuck up the screen because I touched it with my finger? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna wipe it off with my shirt real quick. Hold on. Is that better? I can't tell. I really need a microfiber cloth. Okay, well, I hope that I haven't fucked up the camera footage here with like little smudges or something. I hope not. Anyway, like I was saying, so this is your baseline on how you're going to analyze what it is that you need to work on, because the things that you write down may not necessarily be what you actually are going to be working on, but they're what you perceive you want to work on. And this is very important, because once you know that there is, like, here, I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm the Walmart guy that I referred to earlier. Maybe my one of my goals is I want to have a better job. Okay, so I write down I want a better job, or maybe you write down I don't want to work at Walmart. Now, this could look like, well, it's obvious that the person wants to leave their job, okay? So clearly what they should be doing is trying to find a better job. No, that's not what they should be doing. Writing this down points to a direction that they are unsatisfied with their current job in some way. That's what it tells me. Not that they should find another job. Why is that? Because with this with this kind of exercise, the things you perceive to be wrong in your life, or things that you are not happy with, are things that tell a lot about your current state of mind. And as a consequence, you actually need to dig deeper into the why behind each of these things that you write down. This is why, starting out, you just write everything down that comes to your head. It doesn't matter if it's fantasy or not. Literally, if you want to be a fucking spacefaring cowboy, or cowgirl, write that down. Like, literally, it doesn't matter because no one's going to see this, right? So you just write everything down. And then this is where week 2 starts. And hey, fuck off, B. Come on. This is where week 2, and again, I'm kind of like, I'm giving you a starting point. I don't know if the videos are gonna actually start like this or not. But this is, if I was the current me right now, this is where I would start, is getting the baseline and then digging into the why behind the baseline. So this does 2 things. Number 1, when you figure out your baseline, you can take individually every piece that you wrote down. You need to examine and really ask questions regarding each of those things. Now, why do you want to ask questions about each of these things that you wrote down? Why would it be helpful for you to ask questions about brushing your teeth? Again, there's the psychology behind it of, why do you feel brushing your teeth is important? Why does it make you feel good? What is the significance to all of this stuff? And you'll be surprised that things you maybe initially did not think about at all as being important or whatever, they turn out to sometimes have the most profound answers that uncover a lot about you. Because you are effectively, you're a sleuth trying to learn more about yourself. And depending on how easy or hard this first task is, that will also say a lot about how far you are on your journey when it comes to self-discovery. Because I think self-discovery is the first priority. If you don't know yourself, it doesn't matter what you do. Jesus. These roots. I was not paying attention. I was looking at the camera and I just tripped over a root. It does not matter what you do in life. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Okay, hold on, I gotta show you. Look at this guy. What the fuck? I don't know if I got that. Here, let me... Hold on. Look at him. I don't know what happened there. It went and then it said abnormal file or something. Well, I'm gonna make sure that I get this then. Yeah, there we go. Look at this little guy. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, I really hope that I didn't fuck up anything. It should be fine. But anyway, that was cool. He's a little crawly guy. But so what I was saying is if you don't know anything about you, you also then don't have a direction because you don't know anything about you. So anything you do, anything you do is going to be random. And sometimes doing random stuff is helpful, but you have to have kind of the proper context for why you're doing the random thing. You don't just be random because you can be random. So that's important to understand. Now, getting back to learning about yourself, how can you tell how far along you are? Okay, sorry. How can you tell? Well, for one, the type of answers you write down will be really obvious. Because if you write down, and again, I just want to say there's nothing wrong with writing any of this stuff down. This is you being honest with yourself on what you know about yourself. Okay? So, you're not competing against anyone. You're getting an honest baseline so that then you can start working on yourself. And if you don't get an honest baseline, you're going to be in for a world of problems when you start trying to figure out how to learn more. And the reason I say that, spiderweb, the reason I say that is because let's take, for instance, the Walmart guy, okay? If Walmart guy says, I know everything about myself, and then starts listing off a bunch of qualities that honestly have nothing to do with this current version of the Walmart guy. Jesus Christ. Sorry. The fucking bee, like, literally flew around me. God damn. Okay. Sorry. So, basically, Walmart guy writes that he is spiritually enlightened on his sheet. Okay? When he is in fact not spiritually enlightened. And he says he knows himself inside and out. And then he starts listing off qualities that aren't anything, that have nothing to do with him. If you have a faulty baseline, that means that you're starting from the wrong starting line. And so what will end up happening is you'll get further and further away from what you actually should be doing to kind of work on yourself. How's it going? Oh, pretty good. It's a beautiful day.
Perfect temperature for this.
I agree. I wouldn't want it any hotter.
Have a good hike.
You too. But yeah, so if you're working from a faulty baseline, you are also going to get faulty results because you started from a crooked place. So this is why the hidden thing underneath this basic task is you being honest with yourself, because we often are not honest with ourselves at all. I'm gonna blow my nose again. There we go. This balances really well. Okay. Sorry. Whew. Okay. Did I? Oh yeah, okay. For a moment there I was like, am I lost? I'm like, no, I'm fine. I recognize this trail. See, this is also part of the reason why I want to do this. Uh-oh. Did I step on a slug? No. Okay. This is part of the reason why I want to do more walks here. I want to get a baseline. I want to get a baseline for my how tired do I get? When is too much right now? In a trail that I know. So that then, yeah, anyway. Getting back to what I was talking about. So, yeah, fuck, I need a water bottle. This is so stupid to not have one if I'm gonna go a little bit further. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just like, I'm like 20 minutes away, which is fine. My legs are a little bit, well, my calves are a little jelly, and I'm a little thirsty. So, you know, if anything, you can learn that it's really easy to get like heat stroke or any of that other, you know, get too tired or whatever from walking. All right, I need to focus up. Okay, so you have a good baseline, and this good baseline, as you figure out your baseline, you're going to be able to, how's it going? Morning. It's a great day.
That's a nice afternoon,
yeah? Yeah. Have a good hike. Okay, so your baseline. Which, God damn it, I need to blow my nose again. My hand is stuck. I just saw 11:11 on my timer. I'm gonna do it on this branch. Alright, I'm gonna try something new. I'm just gonna hold you guys like that. Sorry for the fucking awful POV. Or FOV. Well, whatever. Okay, so okay. Slug. So getting back to it. And by the way, I'll just say I definitely am feeling a little bit off. I can tell that I don't know if it's heat stroke. I don't think so. I think it's more like just being tired plus being a bit thirsty. I drank a bunch before I left, but you know, that doesn't, you know, a 2-hour walk, you definitely should have some water, which is definitely a mistake on my part. So this is why we're doing it when I'm doing something that I know. Anyway, we're on the home stretch. It's only another like 15 minutes. So you get this baseline and you start working on figuring out what does the baseline tell you about your journey, on how far you've gone when it comes to knowing yourself, how far you are on all of that stuff. But how specifically can you tell? Oh, thank you, Wind. It's actually really helpful. So how can you tell where you're at? If you start with something simple like, I like brushing my teeth. Okay. What does this tell you about yourself? Well, could tell you a lot. For brushing your teeth, number one, you should ask yourself, why did you write this down? Because that why is going to tell you a lot of information. And so maybe it starts out as, excuse me, I like brushing my teeth because it makes me feel good, and that you leave it at that. That's the first layer. And the second layer would be, why does it make you feel good? What about brushing your teeth makes you feel good? Is it the literal sensation? Is it Is it how you feel after? Do you like the fact that maybe you like the smell of the toothpaste you use, or the taste, or whatever? Could be all sorts of things in the physical realm. Or it could also be a mental thing. You feel accomplished because you did something that you've been consistent on. And that you see how a simple question of why can turn into a big answer that unveils a lot about you. So, okay, you ask why, and you dig deeper, and you find out that you feel accomplished with, whenever you brush your teeth, it feels like you've done something for the day, for your body, so you feel proud of yourself. Okay? What that says to me is things that you do consistently that you perceive to be good for you, those are things that you want to really strictly figure out and plan out what it is that those things are. So I talked about loops the other day, and it's like, okay, brushing your teeth is a loop. It's healthy, assuming that you're using normal toothpaste. I say normal. Assuming that you're using toothpaste and you're brushing thoroughly and all of that stuff. Like, you know, it's a great habit to be doing every day, right? And sorry, I heard a buzzing. I wasn't sure if that was a fly following me or something. Okay, so this is why it's so important to figure out all of these questions and to answer honestly, because it all snowballs on itself. If you don't have good data to start with, then you're not going to get good answers when you dig deeper. So that's why when you write down stuff, you write down anything that comes to mind on this list. And you do it throughout the week. And then you're going to sit down and really ask why to each of these things that you answered. And you're going to dig deeper. Why is this a bad thing? So an example, going back to the Walmart guy says, hey, I hate my job. And so it's in the bad category, bad column. And so he writes, I want to have a better job. Why do you hate your job? That's number one. What is it that's so bad about this job? Maybe it's, I don't like the physical activity because I get sweaty and I don't like putting boxes on shelves and I feel gross. All sorts of things, right? Could also be, well, my coworkers are assholes and yada, 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 whatever, right? Figuring out the why behind these things and then really sitting with yourself and asking, okay, is it that I hate the job? Or is it that I actually dislike the people? Or, and then you can just keep going down this kind of list. All right, yeah, I'm almost done with this walk. But you can keep going through this list, and you might find out the job's actually fine. It's the fact that you actually hate the hours, because you want hours that allow you to hang out with your friends, and your friends are up at 1 in the morning, and so you want a job that maybe starts at like 2 in the afternoon because you want to go to sleep by like 4. So it's like, it's these things where you start to dig deeper into the why behind it, and then you can start changing little things in your life that will make a drastic difference. So you change, let's say the Walmart guy changes his time zone on when he goes to work. Maybe they have a night shift, and he's like, nah, I don't want to do the night shift. And so maybe that is his thing, is he is doing a night shift. And so he can't hang out with his friends because he's doing a night shift. And so he gets a day shift instead. And that day shift turns out to make the job 10 times better, because he has different coworkers around him, because he gets to hang out with his friends, he gets plenty of sleep, because he wants to wake up at 12 or 2 or whatever. And so you see how this can, one change can drastically alter your whole perception of a job. And it's not just a job. There are many other factors that go into this. But really, it all boils down to one thing, which is you have to be honest first in order for you to make accurate changes. And it doesn't matter how awful you feel when you're writing these things down. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm such a loser. Write that down. Oh my gosh, I feel embarrassed. Okay, write that down. Because you're gonna realize that as you get more accustomed and acquainted with the current you, you'll find out a lot of the stuff you perceive to be bad, if you tweak it slightly, turns out to be better than you initially thought. So this is why this is where I would start. Anyway, I'm here. I need to get some water, food in myself. But I hope this video wasn't overexposed. It looked better. I also hope it's not too dark, because that's the other thing I was worried about. So, I don't know what the plan is for the rest of the day, but I mean, here, let me check. Here, I'll check to see, oh my gosh. I'll check to see steps. How many steps did I end up doing? I feel like I did probably 10K at this point. Of course. 9,732. So that hill part was fucking brutal. So I I'm not surprised that it's not as bad or not as much as I thought. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the evening. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it is 9:13, and honestly, I totally forgot to finish the thumbnails. I just like did a thumbnail for today, but the 4K videos strikes again. I don't know why the base videos I have, they got fucked. And I mentioned it when I was doing my walk, but like, so I won't rehash, but I'm just like, oh my god, like, that is so frustrating. So I'm gonna have to like deal with that, and so I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but that's just another thing that it's like, ugh. Hopefully it's something really simple. I honestly like don't understand all the screen tearing that happened with the final upload, because the videos are just awful. I was thinking maybe I could show you guys, but you guys will just see the final product of like the better video, but or maybe I'll do an Editor Tom segment again. Regardless, I definitely want to. I'm gonna fix the videos and get the boots and stuff. My calves are really tight today after the walk. I think I went like too hard up the hill because that hill was like really, really long, and I was using my calves a lot. And so I think I overstretched them a little bit. They're not like hurting or anything, but I can like just moving my feet. I can feel the tightness there. So also, oh my gosh, there 16 people watched the video from yesterday. What the heck? I'm starting to see like more average people showing up. So I mean that's great. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, so also tomorrow's video is just me being a little frustrated in the car. Yeah, this past week was rough to like get my stuff figured out, but doing the walks, you know, I'm like back on like consistency. You know, I ate my veg, so and that helps. I think doing that stuff in the morning, it's like even if I don't do anything for the rest of the day, it still feels like okay, like I've done stuff. So yeah, that's important. I also think I should go and like maybe do see if there's like I know there's a butterfly exhibit if I go, I don't know, like 30 minutes away. So that'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll do something like that this week. But right, and I keep forgetting I have to schedule when I'm gonna go get the suit, when I'm gonna try the suit on to get it tailored. So I don't know. I think I also probably should weigh myself tomorrow. I'm kind of worried because I didn't eat that well and didn't exercise that much. over the past couple weeks, so we'll see. Like, I am whatever weight I am, and I'm on a consistent downward trend now. At least it feels like it. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready for bed, and I think I'm just gonna listen to some more of the audiobook, and I'm down to, what is it, book 6? Am I already on book 6? I think there's 8 books. Yeah, I'm on book 6. Oh my god, I am very close to book 7. I'm very close to book 7 on this. I got like 15 or 20 minutes of reading left for book 6. So I'm probably going to be like partway through book 7. Anyway, yeah. I mean, it's a good series. It's called okay, I wanted to make sure it wasn't Trinity of Mage. It's Trinity of Magic. I know that sounds bizarre that I would read a book that I can't remember the name of. But like after a while, you kind of just it just becomes so like the names all blend in together. Like I've read like books with magic in the title. I've probably read like 50 different books with magic in the title of some kind. There's been like Archmage books. So whenever I read a book that has Archmage in the title, I'm like, I don't fucking know. Is it the Silent Archmage? Is it the smartest Archmage? Is it the first Archmage? Is it it's like they get like crazy, and some of the titles here, like I'll now that I'm thinking about it, I just wanna. I don't know if this is a flex or just me like. It's kind of funny. Okay, unsorted. Okay, so so let's see here. Names. We got After the End, Serenity. We got Age of Adepts, Age of Gods, Akashic Records, blah blah blah. Academy Emperor of the Divine Tao, Another World's Versatile Crafting Master, Arcane Ascension, Arcane Kingdom Online, Arcanist in Another World. So it's like, uh, Chronicles of Amber, Chronicles of an Aristocrat, Chronicles of the Black Company, Chronicles of the True Mage. It's like, after a while, they start all blending together, and you're like, I don't know, I'm reading some book about some Chronicle thing, and, or another one, The Mage of Eternity, The Magic of the Other World, The Magician Who Rose from Failure, the Magus of Genesis. There's a lot of like the game. But yeah. Anyway, so my point is, I'm just looking at like my recent books. Oh yeah, I reread Path of Ascension again to catch up. I was reading The Pursuit of Truth, and then I was reading Ceaseless Horizon, and now I'm reading Trinity of Magic. And I'll like go through a series depending on how long it is in like a couple days. So like Ceaseless Horizon had 269 chapters, so that I blew through that so fast. It was really good, by the way, but like it's just too short. So I was really sad when where it stopped. But yeah, I'm just looking. Oh yeah, Rise of the Primordial Godsmith. I really like crafting novels, like Chaotic Craftsman Workshop, The Cube, or sorry, Worships the Cube. Jesus, I can't read sometimes apparently, even though I do so much reading. Oh yeah, The Stubborn Skill Grinder in a Time Loop. That was fun. Oh yeah, here, The Path of Ascension, and then Path of Transcendence. It's like, uh, um, man, it's actually so interesting to see because I started kind of documenting my stuff back in. Oh my god. Okay, so back in 2022, on that's when I started documenting, like I think I documented earlier, but it was just kind of in like what's it called? In bookmarks. But like I have 431 books listed here, from 2022 to 2026. Now, to be fair, a lot of these books, like an example, the Endless Path of the Endless Path Infinite Cosmos is 2,360 chapters. Just as like an example. So reading that, it's like that might take me a couple weeks. Well, let's see. 11/7, and then so I read it on 11/7, or at least I updated it. Oh right, Supreme Star Cardmaster. I forgot about this. This one was 1,100 chapters as well. Oh, and then Infinite Rain. Okay, yeah, anyway, sorry. I'm just like getting distracted. But yeah, so I'm a big reader, needless to say. But the titles just get like so after a while I'm just like, okay, who's the main character? What are they doing? That's how I remember them from. It's like, what are their powers? What's the system? Because the titles, it's like, I don't fucking know what this title is telling me. Like, some titles are pretty, like, even like The Path of Ascension, it's like, I kind of remember what goes on there, but it was like, I had to reread it because I hadn't read it since like 2021. So I was like, okay, well, it's caught up by like 200 or 300 chapters, so I might as well read it again. But yeah. Anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about before, but start talking about books. I will say, just as a side thing, I totally could do like a side, I don't know, some side content on like books that I've read, because I have read so much in the lit RPG genre, the progression fantasy genre, the MMO online whatever genre, which it's like, I guess it's kind of like game element genre, or like technically lit RPG, but like almost like kind of sub genre, because it's like a lot of those are around playing an MMO as opposed to being an MMO, but in real life. So, and then there's just an uncountable number of novels around crafters, wizards, magic, and exploration. Those are kind of like, if I had to like put a peg on what type of novel I would just read everything on, if the novel has space exploration or like traveling through realms or like traveling through like different portals to different like realities or whatever, that coupled with magic, um, like some sort of wizards doing wizard things, or a system, um, with like stats like a lit RPG, or like a crafter. And the sweet spot is if it's a wizard that's crafting that also travels. You hit those three, and I'm like, dude, I will sign me up. I will pay whatever I need to pay to read this. So, um, yeah. Especially the longer it is, where there's more planets and or more like zones that get explored. Those are always so cool. Um, it's like the vastness of it, and then kind of like the main character like building up and working on their powers, and yeah. um, so I like the progression part of things as well. Crafting new spells, that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, um, and it's no surprise because that's effectively, I read those things because that's what I want to be doing. Like, if I'm going to be honest. Uh, so it's like, yeah, I want to be like making wizard spells and crafting and exploring and learning new stuff and new systems and leveling up and progressing, and yeah, that all sounds awesome. Um so yeah, maybe it'd be fun to do like a little book talk. Uh just Man, I could do like book reviews. I don't know. Maybe. I'll think about it. I read enough to where I totally could just do book reviews. But I don't really know what that would look like. So I'm going to write it down though. I think it's not a bad idea. I'm just not sure if it's feasible. We'll see. I mean, I say it's not. I say, is it feasible? I mean, I could definitely do it. I'm just thinking, like, is it content that people are actually gonna want to like watch? I don't know, but I could try. Just for the hell of it. Um, do that, and then do like the series I was talking about earlier when I was walking. All right. Well, either way, I'm gonna go. Have a good night, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.